Okay, so a lot of people on this one. We got Rob, we got Jason, got myself. Who the hell are you?
My name
Don't
is...
damn it! Who's calling? Dad!
Someone from New Jersey?
Please just keep
Those jerseys.
keep this. They're wondering who he is too. Somebody watching the video is called in. It's like, who's that guy?
Already? Okay, man. My
We're
name
running
is
live,
Brandon Bledsoe. And
Oh, they didn't hear. Say it
Yes.
again.
Oh, my name is Brandon Bledsoe, and donated money to these guys, and they decided to hang out with me, which has been pretty awesome. I don't know if that's a
Finally
good
gave him
idea
a
for not, but it's
Why
been
did you donate
interesting.
money to them?
I don't know.
And that was the big reward.
We said please.
Yes. they
And the
did
big
say
reward
please.
is we get to show you Adventure Time.
I know.
That's
And
like-
there's
and you
no
could-
other way to do that.
Yeah, no other way to do it
Right.
at all. You have to come right here in Casa de
Yes,
Laws.
so
The
I'll
laws.
remember that, please.
So, okay, so this is actually, but the episode we got is, was it Hail to the King? Is that it?
Loyalty. To the
Loyalty to the King. And,
Loyalty to the king, baby.
this is actually the first episode that Brandon and Rob have seen. So, obviously, seeing how somebody has donated quite a bit, Rob, what do you think? No, I'm kidding. Brandon, what do you think?
For obviously very bizarre, very hilarious. The main question I kept thinking the whole time is, how the hell is this meant on like the kids like programming part of the Cartoon Network? Like seriously,
It's colorful and pretty.
Yeah, this is true, but some of the things in there, like the headless.
Yeah, no,
monster.
there's some stuff that I say in the show that I'm like, that seems a little risque. Like they use the word sexy sometimes.
It was
and
a
stuff like that.
monster. It was a monster.
That's
set.
true.
It's okay if it's a monster. And it was also a frog house.
It was dripping with like goo. It wasn't red, but
Yeah, that's always that's some things like they get around with censors. Like if they make the blood a different color, like it's okay, which still makes no sense. I mean, but apparently, yeah. So, but I think too, like for the most part, stuff can be seen for like kids can watch it too. You know.
Yeah.
So, but I think like a lot of the fan base, whenever I go to cons, like so many people are dressed up like these characters. So I mean, it's yeah. So I think it can sort of be like half and half.
family fun.
Yes. Rob, how about you?
How did you not think this was the greatest show ever made?
I
All
didn't
of
say
that
it was
flack
bad.
from
I
the
just,
first few episodes.
I didn't say
I
flack.
don't
I didn't say it was
get it.
bad.
I don't get it.
I just said that.
This is the most awesome thing I've ever
I didn't
seen.
say I didn't
ever.
get it either. I said that I couldn't talk about it. It's like, especially like I said, with the first episode, it was so hard to talk about. And with this one, at least there's a little bit of a story. But the first one, it's like just pure insanity randomness. So, no, I never said I didn't like it or I didn't get it. I said I couldn't talk about it.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
It's just awesome.
It's, no, like it's,
I love surreal non sequitur theater, so this is right up my alley.
well, and this one, like I said, this one actually has more of a story as opposed to some of the other ones.
It
Yeah, it actually did, believe it or not. So no, and that's one of the things I really like is that because with this one, like you can sort of get an idea where the story is kind of going or what it's going to amount to. It's like with half the other ones, it's like you have no clue, and that's part of the fun. But even the ones where you do kind of know what's going to happen, you like the characters. Like this one, the Ice King, I guess, is one of the big favorites. And he looks great without a beard. I love the fact they really designed him to look like really likable, because you're kind of thinking like, oh, what weird, how they gotta make him look really odd or weird. It's like they make him look like actually really good.
And he's
which
only
is
going to
funnier.
grow it back when the princesses get fat. So.
Yes. I love, well, and what I kind of like about this one too is that like it's always, this world that they create is always sort of like half lovey-dovey and nice and cheerful, but also half really selfish. And everyone always harps on the Ice King for being like, oh, isn't he terrible trying to, kidnap the princesses, for selfish
Wait.
reasons.
This is supposed to be a happy univerce?
Well, you see, it's like bright and pink and stuff like that.
I was going to say, this universe is fucked up.
Yeah, I would
No,
be
it's
scared.
like, no, it's a very scary universe as well.
Dark. I love it.
Well, no, I always say this is like a mix
Love
bet-
this show.
I say I like
Love
it. It's like a mix between extremely masculine, and extremely feminine at the same time. Like everything's very bright and colorful, but like what they're talking about and doing, and like the setup for half the characters is like actually really
What is your
harsh.
definition of feminine?
Well, you know, like well, okay, fair.
I don't want to
enough.
see. I don't want to see the girls you're dating.
No, but that's what I mean. Like the really aggressive. Like Finn is very aggressive in how much he wants to do very kind, helpful things. You know, but like he just loves helping people to a point where it's like, you know, I'll punch things for helping. You know, and that's part of the fun. Let me help you. Yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff like that. That's part of why it's so great.
It's amazing.
So, I guess with this episode, again, you get more of the Ice King being pretty pathetic, and sort of even more selfish. Like some of the stuff I was saying, I was like, man, that is like really harsh. But it kind of levels off because the princesses are kind of selfish too. Like they just hear nice king. It's like, oh, well, and they just want to go to him and suddenly like they want to throw themselves to the ground for him, like to please him. It's like just cause.
This kind of feels like a prison. No, it's a waiting room.
Well, one of them goes, "Oh, I just want you to know I love the opera. Unless you hate it, then I hate it too."
I think they sort of established too, like some just are like just very selfish, nothing there. Like I love the one in the opening. It's just like, save me, Finn and Jake. Yeah, quiet. Save me, Finn and Jake. Like that's all she knows.
Why does she keep saying that?
Yeah, it's like just the very generic.
The interview part was my favorite. It's like, oh no, I messed it up. Oh, and this one chance. Oh! It just like runs away. It was like all of like 5 seconds.
Yeah, there's a lot of running away, waving arms in this one. That always gets a lot of laughs. So yeah, I think it's just so much funnier that rather than make like the Ice King really like ugly or weird looking stuff, that they make him really good when he gets like the fitness suit and he's like all built up and stuff. It's like it's really funny, and I just like that direction. Yet he still doesn't change. He's just as big a jerk, but I guess because he looks good, now the women care. So I thought it was funny. I thought it was just good beginning to end. How about you, Jason? What do you got on it?
I just like how Rob embarrasses you by saying, "What's wrong with you? This show is awesome."
By making up lies. I never said I didn't like the show. Never said that.
Amazing. Send all of your hate mail to Doug.
I like the show. You shut up.
Look at how red he's getting. About as red as his shirt.
I know. God, reflecting off the. I got nothing. so how about you? So I guess since you apparently have nothing.
Yeah, you hit every nail on the head with this one. Like it all comes down to everyone's so shallow that it doesn't matter how much of an ass he's riding around literally on the hot dog princess, and they're still like, "We love you."
Yeah, why are they going in a circle? It's like just this is just, it's like all these things that finally come true to him. He's just like he doesn't even know what to do. It's like let's just walk around in a circle.
Why isn't this played at every school in America?
It can so educate.
Why?
Because guys would literally be walking around on girls.
And that's
go around
not
in a
going
circle.
on in every school.
Oh, good point.
Dogs.
What schools have you gone to?
Same ones you did, honey.
Yeah,
Honey?
those were hard times. What'd you think, Brad?
So-
We're wrapping up here.
The thing I noticed, I don't know if this is like a probably a thing with the series in general, which I'll definitely have to find out now, since this was quite hilarious and great. But the background stuff going on that is just completely hilarious, but it's not focused at all. Like, for this episode, my favorite was the zombie princess. Not even given a title, you could just tell the whole time she's sitting there like,
On the
gnawing
bars?
on the bar, yeah. And then like she was there whenever they're walking around in a circle, and it's just her like around the whole time, and no one like even addresses it. But the fact it's there is just hilarious.
There's something else they do on the show which I like, and I noticed there's one, I guess one of the princesses had like a bunch of different heads or whatever, and they all look kind of similar, but what they do is that they always have one that's just like totally different. One is like great, and again, kind of looks like a zombie, has like sharp teeth, it's just they're like, like that, and you just never see, and you don't know the story with it. There's one where there's like a series of balloons and they all have happy faces, except for one that has like an old man's face.
Yeah.
And they never explain it. So it's little things like
I love
that.
that princess. We're off to see the Nice King. Get out of the way. It's like 8 heads.
Well, and I think something else you're talking about with the background. Well, there's always that I found out through Jason, there's always a snail in every single episode, a specific snail.
Really?
Yeah.
Waving.
Yeah, that's always just waving and always there. So it's like they have sort of these
Oh, so it's
continuing
like the cat in
running jokes.
Trigun.
Yes.
Or the pineapple in Psych.
But it's not as obvious as the cat.
Yeah, it's
So
always
the
like
cat,
really
you kind of always
tiny.
know where it is.
This is more like Where's Waldo?
Kind of. Where's Snail?
Where's
And
Snaily?
no, but like something else in this one that I think is kind of cool. Again, just sort of creates this fun, inviting environment. Is that in the background there was a sword in a log, and then there's like a broken sword also and there's one in a tree, and there's like a skull, and it's like, what was the story with that? What happened there? It's like just it's adventurous. Anything can happen
See,
here.
the
and I
thing
just
with the
sorta like
snail,
that.
that's educational. It teaches spatial learning. You got to search for the snail and find it, and it's
Yes.
should be
Sometimes
run in every school. Every school.
Sometimes it's a pain in the ass because the snail's only on screen for that long. And it sucks.
Oh, you sly sons of bitches.
You search long and hard for that snail every
Oh,
episode.
yes.
Is that a metaphor?
I've only had to look
What?
online once for one snail, and that's it.
You know what? I think we need to stop this conversation right now.
Why?
What do you have? looking at
Soon
his
you will
snail?
learn. Not soon.
Embrace
you will
his
learn-
snail.
Oh, actually, within this seating session, you will learn about snail love.
So it's been a great time.
I was staying for snail love.
I just want to close by saying this. Cartoon Network. I'm not going to say Citizen Kane worthy, but well done.
Actually, you know what?
Bravo.
You should mock Nickelodeon. The
Oh, did they
pilot
turn
came
it
out
down?
on Nickelodeon, and they said no.
Nickelodeon.
Really?
I'm not going to say you're a bunch of fucking imbeciles. Well done. Well done.
Boy,
Seriously,
it's
between
there.
this and the things they do with Avatar and Korra, who's running that network?
Boy,
I
is their
see a
face
cease and
red.
desist.
Yeah, if you have a good thing, Nick, just do it.
So that's it. Hopefully
Well
you'll
done.
see. Yes, hopefully you'll see this man sandwich in the next one too. If not,
Yay.
Well
Yay.
this was fun.
Oh, don't act so disappointed.
You forgot the segue.